Okay, getting ready to go back to work. Obviously got the Dolphins coming into town and well-coached team, playing hard, obviously coming off a big win for them. For us, it's about what we do. Our 1-0 mantra, we're about focus, dial in, get better, play good football, play with effort. Don't do the little things that end up beating us, right? So we just got to dial in and focus on the details and be disciplined in how we approach this practice today and every day this week, and carry that over to Sunday.
Frank, will Devin Funchess practice today?
He will not practice today. He will not practice today. We're probably going to wait another week just to be safe.
What about Jacoby?
Jacoby will be limited today.
With Devin, will that push his game action back another week when he could play?
The way the rule reads is that 3-week window. Once he starts, there's a 3-week window, so he can come in any time during that window. So in theory, that should not affect that side of it. What it really affects is the back. Once that clock starts to tick, then you just want to be sure. So he's making great progress. We feel good about his progress. Just felt like today we wanted to take a step that we wanted to, wait another day or two to work out when he actually gets out there and gets in team drills and that kind of stuff.
Frank, how encouraging is it for you that Jacoby's able to practice today?
Yeah, it's pretty encouraged. I mean, I kind of thought he was going to be able to based on how he said he felt the other day. I mean, I still don't think anything's a slam dunk. I mean, he'll be limited. Hoyer will get some reps today. And we just have to let it play out, because I just know it's one thing. Probably anybody who's played this game has had this injury. And you think you feel good, but you actually got to get out there and test it out. So we'll see how it goes during the week.
Did you ever have this injury?
Yes.
As a coach, how do you get your guys to not overlook this opponent? I realize it's the NFL, every team's good, but human nature.
Unfortunately, it should be easy for us not to have them overlooking, because we just lost. And I don't think we would have either way, but coming after a loss, man, this business is brutal. You lose in this week, and you feel the sting of it, and you feel like your back is against the wall, and we have to respond. So I'm trusting our guys have the maturity to understand that, and know that in this league, every opponent is a good opponent. I mean, we respect every opponent that comes in here, no matter what the record is. And we got to play good football.
Right. With Jacoby, is it going to be that he can't make the injury worse, or can he simply play the position?
I think it's a combination of those things. I think, and we're going to rely on him. We're going to rely on the doctors. I think we're going to have to all get together on this decision. And there is some of it you don't want to. Let's be smart. We don't want to lose you for the long haul by trying to be a hero. So there's some of that, and there's some of that that comes into play. But Jacoby's old school now. I mean, he's old school. I mean, you guys know, you saw the year he played, and he took a beating, and he played every stinking snap. So this guy is as tough as they come. But we got to do the right thing for him and for our team, and we'll just see how it plays out. He's our quarterback. We want him to play, and if he's ready to play, then he'll be the starter.
Frank, based off what you said on Friday, I assume T.Y. won't play this week?
No.
A lot of moving pieces, obviously, with pass protection. Is there anything you can point to for the struggles in the last 2 weeks?
Just playing two good defenses. Playing two good defenses who had good fronts. Who had two good fronts, I would say. Kevin, and let me go back on something you said. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play. I really thought you were saying, is he practicing today? So I'm not saying anything about the game. I don't think he's playing, but just for the record.
With T.Y., we know how he tends to heal fast, apparently. Has there been enough time passed yet to see progress, or do you have any sense of that?
I think he's making progress, but, and it's only because I'm only saying these things because it's T.Y. I mean, this guy's weird. He's like a freakish healer. So, and he doesn't say a lot. He just kind of figures out how to do it. So I don't even ask. I mean, I do, obviously the coach want to know, but just, okay, whatever that is that you do to get better, let's just go ahead and do it, and let us know when you can play. So, yeah, don't ever want to count him out until we absolutely have to.
Obviously, you guys, as a staff, or even, obviously your medical people, you take a very active role in determining whether a player plays or not when it comes to injuries. But how much do you, I don't say defer, but just how much of it do you leave to T.Y. because his track record and what he's able to do and who he is?
Yeah, it's a factor. It's definitely a factor, especially when you're a vet like T.Y. And, there's percentages, right? The player always has a say, and his opinion is heavily weighted. When it's somebody like T.Y., you add more weight to it. Absolutely.
Sir got upgraded to questionable and didn't play, but is that a good sign for him? Maybe this week he can get back in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good sign. He'll be in practice and hopefully take the next step. Because obviously if we felt he was completely ready, he would have played last week. But so hopefully he'll get in there this week, and I would be optimistic for it, but I don't want to be overly optimistic. I want to let it play out and have, make sure he feels great after 2 full days of practice, which he hasn't had in a while.
If T.Y. can't go, will you promote a wideout from the practice, what do you think?
That's to be determined. Chris and I have been talking about that and, working through what our options there. With what happened to Paris and how everything, with T.Y.'s situation.
Zach Pascal's emergence as a receiver has been pretty obvious, but he's actually taking kickoffs out at a higher clip this year. What have you guys seen from him in that area where he's doing it at a higher volume?
Zach is fearless. I think it takes fearlessness, confidence, and then obviously that whole unit is really doing well. We got some really good players on that unit. Bubba is doing a great job. Bubba and Frankie Ross are doing a great job getting those guys ready. And the players are, we've put a lot of time and effort into that to really pick the return game up. And Zach's the kind of guy you like having back there.
Frank, you said in the past that given Adam's credentials, he's going to get more leeway than most guys. Has there been understanding that? Has there been any discussion about how much leeway that will be?
No, there's not been. I've not had a discussion with Chris about that. I mean, this is the NFL. We all know we all know that we're all getting measured all the time. So yeah, we have not. I have not discussed that with Chris as far as how much or how little for each one of us. Right now, it's full speed ahead.
Frank, you've been through this as a backup quarterback. What does it take? What is incumbent upon Brian to be able to kind of balance out and figure out how to prepare for this?
Just mentally really be tuned in to every little detail. Whatever reps he gets in practice, make the most of, and then he's got to get some side stuff. Throwing to receivers on the side in between periods or after practice. Grabbing guys, talking to guys. I know when I was in that role. And then all of a sudden you had to step in. There was just a lot of one-on-one conversations with the center, with the offensive line, with your receivers. Just building that chemistry with them. And I think if he has to play, obviously it helps to come in and have played the bulk of the game last week. And so if it ends up where he plays, just got a lot of confidence in him.
Frank, you were here. You came in '06 as an intern, right?
Intern, yeah.
So you were here during Dwight's prime.
Yeah.
What did you see? I mean, as a quarterback, you know what those guys can do. What did you see from Dwight every day in practice?
Freakish athletic ability, a combination of speed and power, and then, I've told you guys many times since I played with Bruce Smith, another elite pass rusher. What those two guys are very similar in, besides the edge speed and power that they have, and they're both. Have that rare elite combination of speed and power. But the other thing that Dwight has, Bruce was the same way. I mean, just a student of the game. I mean, like elite football smarts about how to play the position, elite football smarts about how to beat your man, every little intricacy of a pass rush, and his film library. You guys know he's got this legendary film library of his pass rushes and how he's going to attack. It's going to be really exciting. I showed when Dwight came to training camp and spoke to our team. I showed that clip to our team at the team meeting this morning. He said some phenomenal things about preparation, and kind of in his honor, kind of getting ready for him to come in. I showed that clip to the team again this morning. Just a great pro.
Frank, Chris
Last
said,
one. Last night with the kicking operation, it's 11-man unit, not on one guy. Has there been any talk about changing any of that 11-man group, whether it be blocking, snapping?
No, fair, yeah, no, there've been no discussions about any of that.